Well, hello everyone, I'm Xeff. We're going to continue playing Doom today, I think. You see, we have changed machine. We are now on the U5SD-40. So 20% less clocks, you would think this thing would be slower. Well, we know it isn't. We did actually see the two machines in the same video back on the main channel a few years ago. Same amount of RAM in this, same amount of cache. And it is a Visa local bus board. It has video cards should be about the same performance-wise. This is an ET4000W32P, so it is a Visa local bus card. 2 meg on that, so should have the interleave. STB Lightspeed. This is a later machine though, so you know this is a machine you would have bought say around 94, early 95 if you didn't have a lot of money, which is kind of weird because to make one now would probably cost you quite a lot, which I think's actually quite stupid, but yeah. I mean, if you know my history, you'll know this was my only computer for a little while in the 2000s. So, you know, I kind of knew my way around this one pretty well. Yeah, we're still on 1.1. I like how it starts you in the lag room. But we'll get there, because I'm quite sure this is an episode 2 level. I do have sound. Good, I thought I didn't for a minute. Oh, whatever. The shores of hell. We arrived on them last time. So, well, we better storm the beaches, I guess. Yeah, whatever, leave it on default. What is this level? The Deimos Anomaly, eh? It's an anomaly that anybody ever played it this far. Oh wait, most people didn't. Why is there ground out there? I don't know. I don't care. Yeah, so it's this level. Alright, cool. It'd be nice if my shots would actually hit. A lot of them just seem to go through them. And now there's Master saying about his machine, it's a compact machine, and it's saying that's ISI only. I wouldn't necessarily count out an ISI only machine. You'd be quite surprised what they're capable of. Like, I had a baby Voyager board that was ISI only, but it was an unusually good board for an early 486, but, well, it's not to say the other ones were bad, it's just that one was quick. And, yeah, it came surprisingly close to this thing, actually. At least when you had an Intel processor in them both. I mean, that was all that one was really built for, because, like I said, it was an early board. That was all that existed when that was around. I do miss that. It used to be my secondary web server. It died. IPC failure, go figure. It's all surface mount shit. And if it's surface mount, I can't repair it, and I wouldn't if I could, because I think stupidity like that needs to be met with, like, stupid solution. I don't really remember my way around much of this. I think there's a thing, yeah, I just seen it out of the corner of my eye. You hear when I press that. That's something we want to go and look at. Yeah, and Roy's saying about the video things is, I can't remember, 13H something, I can't remember which one used which, but makes sense, but it is weird how nothing else exhibits that problem on that machine. The F64-300 is, yeah, been a pretty compatible video chip in my experience. It really is similar to this ET4000 in how it performs and behaves and everything. The 4000 probably does have an edge to some degree. I mean, I always actually found the ET4000s to be a bit buggy, but they were the best documented chip for a time as far as I know, so a lot of things were probably written for them. This fucking rule shift here, we established at the end of the previous level that this red texture didn't hurt you, and now it does. I mean, I get I'm standing at the foot of an inverted cross, but I believe in Jesus, that shouldn't hurt me. Well, I'm not having that. God damn it. Yeah, so that's a bit of rule inconsistency by the go. No, I'm gonna serve that. Fuck. Fuck.
fuck.
It's episode 2, man. I'm fairly certain it starts resource starving us in these levels. Does a shotgun spray as much as Duke's? Doesn't seem so, actually. I'm sure they come down here. I don't have much memory of these levels. The last time I played this game was when I streamed it yesterday. As I say, never been much of a fan of Doom. I've always found it a bit lacking. There's too many inexcusable design flaws in it. Oh yes, I was right. But it's alright, because I already killed these idiots. Good to know. I like the music in here. As I say, it's one thing this game does have going for it, is this music is pretty damn good. Who knows, we'll switch machine next, we might have wave turtle, we might get fancy. Not something you'd get off of that. I don't know if this game has telefragging in it, I don't really intend to find out. Oh, one of these jerks, I hate these guys. What the hell is this, Big Trouble in Little China? Yeah, get out of here. God, he steers like a milk float, really does. Dear me. Yeah, strange thing. This computer will chirp worse in a time demo by some margin. Yeah, its code's just weird. You really can't trust the benchmarks that much. They'll give you ballpark figures. I'm sure there's more to do in this level. I mean, yeah, we saw this red key door. Look at that. Geometry problems, isn't that nice? Look at it. I'm on about above the door. You can see the edge of the door frame on this side. It's like when if you stretch a red wall out in a white wall gap in build. I don't know what the equivalent would be in this engine. No shit, I can't use the level editors for any of its engines. I can't wrap my head around them. They're just horrible. People come in, oh, build's difficult, I'll go make maps for them. What you mean is build doesn't reward laziness. If you make a half-assed attempt, in build it will look like a half-assed attempt, and in Doom the going thing is to just make a big box and put monsters all over it. I might go and look for this shit, see if I can figure out how to open it in my own time, and I'll join you if anything happens. Let's just put a save here. The text entry's so weird in this game, it's broken. Well, I went back to my save game because I took a lot of damage like while I was poking around, but seems we've found the red key. This is pretty preposterous. That's not too bad, I don't take any issue with this. I held the door open. What a load of faffing about. As I say, I don't have a problem with this, as long as you give me something good for coming in here. Well, I suppose that's not awful, is it? Got a little bit of ammo. Was that a map we got? I totally need that when I'm about to leave the level, but whatever. I mean, even if I hadn't beat the level yet, the exit's like right here, right? Okay. Well, cool. That wasn't really worth it. Doesn't give me much to work with this game, to be honest, you know, commentary-wise. Holy fuck, yeah, that's probably the worst time anyone's ever got. It amazes me how slow-paced this game is compared to Duke. It's quite babyish fast parson shooter. Oh, they're not really parsons, though, are they? Oh god, he's unparsoning the hellspawn. Quick, the activist groups are gonna get angry with me now. He's unparsoning them. Yes, I am. I will continue to do so. I'm gonna get some bloody good at the end of this fucking maze level. Boxes, always a great sign. This is what amateur level designers do. Levels made with zero passion for their craft. Designing levels is my job. That's, I think about as far as any of this went. Jeez, man. I don't know. I suppose we'll be seeing Haunting Ground on Sunday, won't we? Trying to figure out how many parts that'll have left in it. Because we might actually finish that within one more part, but I think it'll take 2 at least. We'll see. We'll see how close to the end we are at a reasonable time. Might just let it run long or cut it short. I think this I'll go long on. I'll probably do the whole episode 2 in this one video. Don't seem to be getting much for exploring this maze. I feel like this is banking on me having played it before, which I have, but I don't remember it, so... Just feels like a game that was rushed, really does. We gotta get it out the door fast. It doesn't have to be good, it just has to be fast. Which even that's debatable as to whether it was. There were plenty of games where you walked around in a sort of 3D maze like this before. Ultima Underworld's a far bit older than this. I mean, it's not a first-person shooter, but it's fast-passing. It's a game I'd really like to play and beat, and I just can't do it because the controls are so awful. Like, they make the controls in this look good. Oh, they started hitting him at last. Where did you come from? You gotta be careful with this game not to put yourself in a corner either, because you can't push monsters. Like in most games you can sort of shove monsters a bit. If you walk against them, you know, they'll at least jostle out of the way. Or you can jump over them. This game really needed a jump button. You feel if it had just a bit longer in development it would have got one. Like, baffles me how Doom 2 came along and they still didn't... I mean, it is basically just a level pack, so... Figures they wouldn't have changed the game, they were probably done with Doom by then. It was just a quick cash-in. Just cash-in off of the name. I mean, the thing could have been a commercial flop and they'd have still seen it as a success and failed upwards, so those sort of people. Plenty of them in the world. Oh hey, I'm out of shotgun ammo. A lot of this probably stems from messing about in the maze and not knowing where I was going. I don't need this. I saw these, yeah. I played FPS games long enough, I got some sensibilities. I saw the dark alcoves and figured there must be shit in there. Shotty shells. Can't do much with them, but... because I think there's more misters in here. There is. It's my last one. I don't want the plasma gun. I don't like the weapon switching order. I'd rather save that for dealing with those floating head bastards. Oh, this is dreadful. This level really preys on this, doesn't it? I think I know what I'm doing here. It's quite obvious. Is there anyone who's played games for a while? Yeah, no, it needed a jump button, this game. It really did. It would have fixed so many of its problems. Okay, well let's... Sounds like one of those big foot monsters. Let's go this way first. This damages me, does it? Probably. I'm going to assume it does, even though the ceiling that had this on a moment ago didn't. I'm not sure. I'm real not sure. Were the misters in here and they found their way out? I mean, this is seeming pointless to me. I mean, this comes down to something I've talked about a few times, where you have to treat the player a bit like an idiot. And it's not that they are, in fact, an idiot. It's that you had, however long, about 3 days, probably, for this game. But still, you had time to think of your idea and refine it down. And to you, it makes perfect sense, but you've got to communicate it to the player very quickly without just bringing a message on the screen. generally. In some games you can do that. In adventure games you can be a bit more abstract, because you've got the power of, like, character dialogue and stuff. So, you know, you can have the guy saying, like, you know, some random character having a conversation with your character about whatever. You know, I should see where this yellow key goes, but I've not found it yet. Seems weird to get the key before seeing the door. Makes me think it would be back in the start area. Do I really want to faff about in there? We'll go and faff about in there. But I mean, I could have gone to that area I'd just been in fast, and I didn't really get much for going there. So this really does bank on you knowing your way around in advance, which I don't. Nothing in here, is there? Did I miss something? Oh, I did. I gotta say, this seems like there should be a room in the middle there. You really need to communicate things to the player. In an adventure game, you can have the guy, you know, well, they said there is a hidden entrance to the mines located on the west side of the hill, or whatever, and it's... whatever, what's this level called here? Containment Area. Okay. Names of levels in this game have very little meaning. I'll take that. I'll take that. Why not? Let's do a save and search around. If I find nothing, I'll just reload and join you here, or else I'll re-meet you. I don't know what's wrong with it. I'll just re-meet you wherever something shows up. Oh, we've got us another yellow key door. I'm out of shotgun shells already and very nearly out of bullets. So even though we thought to backtrack, and we didn't get anything for going in that yellow room other than the... I was going to call it a chain gun. Full of ammo. Not much, by the looks of things. Isn't it full? This game's idea of full's a bit different to mine. Glass half empty sort. You know, you can't even say that's me being pessimistic on this one. Which I admit I am. And people go, that's like miserable. So I'm quite a happy person compared to most people I've met. And a lot of that is because I do assume that the glass is half empty. But even on that, I find that... oh, great, gingers, no. I find that to be a stupid sort of thing to compare against, because... I mean, what was the starting state of the glass? Right, you're giving me ammo in here, but it's using more of it, and I haven't got a key or anything for coming here. Is this another optional thing, like the red key in the previous map? This has been a net loss. Like, if this is a secret, it sucks balls, because I've been punished for exploring, so... what I'm taking away from this is don't explore the level. But I don't know which way I'm supposed to be going in it, so the game just penalises me. How dare you explore? Again, has all the hallmarks of a game that's been rushed. Okay, this is where we came in. Oh, I don't know. What's this way? A blue door. And this door, which weren't open, and I don't have a blue key. So let's assume it must be somewhere in here. But there's all the hallmarks of a game that was rushed again. You know, a lot of this level geometry, I guarantee you, would have been erased if the game had had another month or so in development. What do I have this? Alright, I'll have that, but yeah, not just going to let me have it. It's going to cost me more to collect the thing than if I just left it alone. Yeah, shit like this you would usually delete, even if late in development. I mean, look at Duke. You know, in Duke, I'm going to compare with that game a lot, because I know that game very well. So of course I'm going to keep using that one. And plus it's a better game. Well, I found the exit. Can't get to it. And I can't get in there. Maybe this was the way you were meant to play it. Lure the enemies over here so that they go in the crushers. Do I want to go in here? Because this is explanation. Whatever, that's not what I typed, but I don't know why it does that. If that's the worst it's going to do... Oh great, more gingers. At least this thing doesn't consume ammunition, it's just consuming my health instead. Really rotten level design in this game. I'm glad I saved, because I might just ignore this. Just leave without the chainsaw. Yeah, I can hear the misters getting crushed out there. So, I wonder if that was area, but I wouldn't know this was here. This is where a window looking into this area would have been good. Or something. Duke has a particular, you know, pertinent sorcery when it comes to that, because it has the view screens, the security cameras. A very clever move. Because you can sort of, you know, suss out an area before you get there. I want the ammo. What's with the lighting in that corner? Oh shit, I want that. I could have very easily missed that. That was purely on intuition. Whereas you'd think the secret was there, because it taught us that before, and now it keeps doing that, and then like, oh no it isn't. Would that have stayed down, or would that have been a timed thing? Because if that would have been timed, I think a lot of people would have missed it. Okay, you give me a key just before the door opens, so the key's useless. Lovely. Unless... oh, right, okay. So now we are using windows to look out to an area. Yeah, no, it really feels like rushed levels, but the key's point... Just give me the fucking red key there and put a switch for this door. I don't know, man. Yeah, that's the long way, isn't it? Because we've just seen a red key door. So now you're funneling me in the wrong direction. Yeah, level design is my job, but not my passion. I had 3 weeks to make it, and I didn't give a fuck about it even once the whole time. And if we hadn't have been working for a shitty company that just wanted the thing out as quick as possible... You know, we'd probably have erased a lot of these areas. Think of how much of this level is actually useful here. How much of it is actually... Okay, that gives us the exit. So to beat this map... Like, where does this go anyway? So this brings us right back here. So to beat this map, what you do... Like, check this out, right? There's fucking speedrun, right? In fact, I could just save and reload my fast thing. But yeah, we started somewhere in the box maze, so all you'd need to do is go to that area. Like, if you knew the level, which we now do, you know, you would come in, you would go to the end of here, turn right, loop back around, get that blue key, red key, come in here, game's over, and all that other shit that we've been in is useless, and mostly just a net loss for going in it. Poor level design. Like I say, that sort of thing, usually you delete those parts of the level late in development. Duke 3D, I think, even in the closing weeks, still had the other half of the street in the first level. Now, would that have been, you know, should it have stayed? I think it's probably better without it. Like, yeah, it's cool for me, because I know the game, but would that area have served a purpose? Probably not. Had a connection into the bathroom that was deleted out of the cinema, but you could only get from that side. So that's sort of decent non-linearity. Duke does that very well, where it does figure 8 non-linearity, where you're sort of crossing a path you've already been on laterally. So it never feels like a chore. This game seems to go more for star topology, which is awful and forced. Because you're either visiting areas you don't need to go to, or don't need to be at, getting Swiss cheesed for doing it, and then, you know, on the return, the whole area's fucking empty. So, man, I don't know. I'd love to actually see the level layout. Oh, let's save over that one. I'd love to see the level layout. But yeah, again, you're not treating the player like a moron. It's that you design the level, so you should know it better than anybody else. So I hear projectiles. Sound Blaster Pro 2 in this, so we do have stereo sound. It's quite useful. Oh shit. So you get quite close to them without them hitting you, it seems. Make note of that. Might as well use the last of this up on them. That'll be it. So I think there's source about the corner of the eye. You know, you know the level, and the player doesn't. They've never been in it. The little things, you've got to clue them in. And you've got to do it without them feeling like an idiot. You've got to just hint it there so that they feel clever for figuring it out. Oh, isn't that the not really invisibility? I'm not even going to pick that up. I'm going to pretend it's invisibility. I can't see it, can I? Has the completion screen music for this level. So we're going to hear that music 3 times in a row. That's good. That's classic. I mean, luckily it's an alright bit of music. It's a bit short though, I feel, for use in the level. These last couple of days, I keep having these cigarettes that just won't fucking burn. They either don't burn at all, or they burn really quickly. I remember this room. Don't know why, this room just sticks in my head. I could have got here from here all... Whatever. Give me the ammo, I've seen it floating at bar. And we know the game will starve us of it. Pointless area. Backpack full of ammo, yeah. Like, great, a key door, just what I need. Well, that was all for naught, wasn't it? No need to go in there. They'd have got post boxes, the Royal Mail works in hell, apparently. Well, they do say they'll deliver them anywhere on the globe, if I pay them enough. So I guess hell is on Earth. There you go. It's under the Royal Mail's jurisdiction. Figures. I tell you what, we do have this new purse lady. It's not that bad. Like, the old one was proper, sort of like, dykey looking, you know. I don't mean that in a disrespectful way or nothing. There's this new one I see around occasionally. She's quite thick on the makeup and everything. I quite like that sort of thing. You know me, I tend towards extremes. I don't know why, I can't give you an explanation. I don't have to justify it anyway, so, you know. Oh, great. You know, I'm going to test out my new toy. I think we haven't used it yet, have we? Yeah, you got big trouble in your face. There you go. Ah! Damn it! Fuck, that was my bad. I walked straight into it. Performance in this game's weird because it is quite smooth, but you just see it chunk every now and then. It really is quite strange. But yeah, we'll go back on like ISA only machines. I would wager this whole area is pointless. There's nothing in here. I would wager that, you know, this would perform the same on an ISA card in here. I don't really think we're losing or gaining much biosoup. Okay. For being on VL in this machine, I think you could probably play this about the same. I think most of the chirk in this game is probably coming from the processor and the memory. Memory's fast in this computer. No, we haven't been here yet. Because that biosuit to me sort of communicated walk on the slime. but I didn't see anything off the side. Maybe there's a hidden wall. Maybe there's nothing and it just wants me to go and waste my time. You see, in Duke, you know, we establish floor slime bad, will hurt you. And then what we do is we present the protective boots under, like, you know, a beam of light. Aha! I'm leaving this area. You know, whatever's over there, fuck that, I ain't going in there. We probably don't need to. It's probably useless. Probably nothing. Probably just get shot at a whole bunch. I'm just a little cautious, because one of them sound like it was behind me. You know, and it shows you the boots. You know, they're there. Pick these up. And so it's very quick to figure out what it wants you to do. The lasers, the trip mines, the way it presents those, it shows you them a couple of times before you encounter them. And it shows you how the cranes work. And so when you see a laser across the path of the crane, it's like, right, so I know what those do. And I know the cranes will work this way, so what if I just let a barrel go through? It'll blow the fucker up. And then I don't get blown up, and it does. Oh, they're not invisibility, as made a return. There's two of them in here. They must have only just implemented this when this level was made. But in return, it makes me partially sighted in here, because I can't see shit. Very dark, this game, at times. You wouldn't believe how much I had to brighten. You see, that invisibility does wonders for us, doesn't it? Every single thing in here's hit us. I mean, they can probably smell him, but... Yeah, you figure it out, and then you feel quite clever, because you've just figured something out. You're like, ha-ha, yes, I know what I'm doing. You know, I defeated this trap that somebody set up. Yeah, the game showed you how to do it, but you feel clever, because you figured that out. Presentation and finesse. You know, maybe Doom had to stumble and crawl around awkwardly so these other games could do it, but I don't think so. Because Dark Forces development was almost certainly parallel to this, and it does things a lot better. That looked weird, but it's probably just the palette. I mean, we could go off over there. We could run back and get that suit. Is there anything... Invisible bastards. Alright, I got a plan. I got a plan. And it'll only work because I saved the game. So this only works with the foreknowledge of what's in here. Here we go. Is he dead? Sounds to me like he survived. There he is. Now, I spoke to you about, you know, trying to plot a screen position in build. Have I already been here? Oh, it's right next to the start. So we did use a window, the visibility was just poor. Yeah, I spoke to you about that, and I'll show you what I was trying to do, just because it's not an effect I plan to tidy up and use. So I'll do it when we're on the stat screen. Let's have a look, how's this looking? Refinery, that level was called. Never a guess, they just slapped these... Oh, that sounds like a cool name, I don't know, put it on that level. But yeah, you can see what I did there is trying to do real-time dynamic lighting, and the engine's completely unmodified. And the way that's working is it's sort of... Basically, the window shape on the second rendering pass is the illuminated areas you see, and I could fade them and smooth them and round them, but I just wanted to see if it could be done at all. I don't want to use that. But it's a thing you can do. I would imagine the technique I'm using is very similar to how the headlights worked in old racing games. Just seems similar in how it behaves. Pretty interesting though, I mean it's definitely a non-round window, a non-square window. Anyways, Deimos Anomaly. Wasn't that the name of the first level? Oh, I don't know. Tell you what, I'll find out. Did save. Deimos Lab. Okay. Whatever. Bit of an oversight then. So yeah, this is the demo level. Why does it chunk so bad in this spot? It's not rendering a whole lot of geometry. It's like the sector search algorithm broken. I think it is quite inefficient in this game how it searches which sectors want to be drawn. I think it passes through the whole bloody thing. But I mean, why it slows down as bad in that particular spot, I don't know. It's pretty strange. Yeah, I can't remember the absolute innards of it, but I do know build is actually more efficient in that regard. Okay, well luckily I have played this before and I know that, but I would imagine that stumped a few people. Because we've seen these wall decorations all over, and they've never been switchable before that I can remember. And suddenly they are. More purse boxes. Purse boxes are red cylindrical cast iron things where I am, in case you didn't know. I don't know. I don't know how that works. Nobody really is certain. That looks different to the other ones, so sort of figure prat about with that, but well, I don't know. I'll probably just get penalised for messing about in there. It's probably optional. You know, I always thought these sound like a gas fire. I can't get to the... I'm sat right next to the disused gas fire, but I can't get to the... I've got stuff on top of it, so I can't get to the valve to do the ignition to make it... It really does sound like one. Sounds like my old 1970s fucking gas fire. Fucking amazing. Rebuild the house in 1994 and just stuff the same shitty gas fire in the back in. Fucking cheapskates. I mean, it's more than the house is fucking worth to buy a fire for it. And I don't have gas in here, so, you know, it's doing nothing. I'm gonna take it off the wall, because it's in my way. And as I'm technically, you know, not connected to the gas, I could probably just do it myself. The pipes don't go anywhere. So it wouldn't be tampering with a gas installation, would it? I mean, we got all this floor slime. We learnt last time that exploring it is probably good, so... Doesn't seem to be. Does that get us up there, then? No, that is just pain. Good job I saved. Game just time wasted us, how nice. Yeah, the perks of having stereo sound. I must be one of the rich kids having a Sound Blaster Pro 2. By the time this computer came about, they were a couple of years old. So it would have probably been like whatever the builder had left. It's like, oh, I never did sell all of those. Let's stick them in there. Get rid of them. I mean, it says Sound Blaster, it will sell. It's the LMSI version. I still don't have an LMSI CD-ROM drive. I'd like to. Even if it's a broken one, if anyone has one of those and it's not working and you want to get rid of it, like, you know, let me know. I will take it off your hands. I've never hidden this, that as time goes on, a lot of my computers, the CD drives and stuff, who knows what that does? The CD drives and stuff are kind of just for sure. As they break down, they are just filling up the hole while the drive should... Is that what that did? Okay. Well, we know the game has crushers in it. If I'd have stood there, I'd have got killed. And there was nothing in that area. All we did for going in there, we've lost ammo and we've lost health. Great. Gotta love this unfinished texturing, you know, just the solid colour. Really helps the immersion. What are you two doing? Weirdos. Release an unfinished game. Well, I think you're going to get the rocket launcher, because you were like the stand-in for a boss at the end of the first episode, so... Yeah, rocket launchers it is. Strange fucking thing. So the success of this game I don't think really mattered one way or another. I think the same would have happened. The people who made it would have just failed upwards. Like them sort of people. And those are the people the world caters to. You know, I'm complaining about my building. I know somebody. You know, I know somebody, and they are a fucking layabout. You know, all they want to do is sit there, fuck about on their phone. And they just bought a house on the neighbourhood I wanted to be on. It's like, how did... Fuck, I got more money than you, and I'm not allowed to buy a house. You know, they probably won't pay for it. They'll just default on it, and no one will do anything. They'll just be like, oh, just forget about it. We'll write the debt off. You obviously need that. I wasn't stood under there. I don't know why I did that. Stupid game. You know, we'll just write it off. You know, dude's got his wife and his kids and shit. Oh, old Xeff doesn't. But then, of course, he goes in the attic. Does he find tons of vinyl records worth loads of money? I go in my attic and what do I find? Mould and asbestos and structural problems. And this is how the world is, you know. That's how it is. I know I'm not the only person in this. I'm sure a lot of people watching this, they have this same fucking thing where you just see that all the time. And you'll go to some event and there'll be someone like that there, you know, this person will be there. Oh, well done, congratulations, so well on doing absolutely fuck all and just having it all basically handed to you. Xeff, why don't you do that yet? Why aren't you doing that? It's, you know, as if this is my fucking fault. And this is where I end up punching people and getting arrested again. Because in the end, it's just, you know what, I got nothing to lose, because the moral of the story is just don't try. Like, don't ever bother. Put zero effort into every... Well, that's going to hurt me, isn't it? Look, it's that red texture. Don't put effort into anything, unless you're doing it for yourself, and expect to get nothing out of it. Because, you know, if you want, say you want money, or, like, property or something, like, don't try and get it. Don't ever bother, because it'll go one or two words. The world's either you're the sort of person the world will just give those things to, or you're like probably the whole lot of us, where you can try and try and try, and it still won't let you have it. And if you manage to get hold of it, it'll just punish you somehow. It's alright, fine. You know, oh, you've got that now? Well, I'm just going to take everything else off you. There you go. Enjoy it, because now it's fucking useless. Really is establishing it as crushers in this level. But this isn't hearting us, I don't know why, because we're in this red texture that it's established as pain now, so now it isn't again. So yeah, don't ever bother. Waste of time and effort. Well, that's obviously a crusher then, I'm not going... You've taught me. You know, last time we explored the slime, it ended up being nothing but pain, didn't it? Just going back, what was the point in that yellow key? It was within eye shot of the door, and it's not the first time they've done... You know what, fuck it. I'm not going back, you can remember it. And you've got a seek control on the video, so you could quite easily go back. Let's step into the baked beans here. Yeah. Obviously gonna crush me. Oh, I'm surprised. I mean, it tried to. It did try. Oops. Oh, great. More redheads. You ginger bastard. Applications are still open for red-headed women to work under my desk. You know, they haven't been closed yet. Hey, fuck all this. I know what's going to happen. Yeah, I know exactly. And this is going to be a net loss, isn't it? I'm going to gain nothing from doing this. We haven't used this in a little while. Oh, shit. You fucking big-headed fucking bastard. I'm not too bothered about the Bigfoot bastard, though. He can't do much. He can just bite me. These fuckers have got projectiles, and they're hearty projectiles. He's throwing missiles! Start firefighting! Anyone who did a fair bit of growing up in like a kid's home or something will have heard that. He's using missiles! Remember your firefighting! That's what I used to call it if somebody kicked off and it supposed to like de-escalate the situation, and that involved generally yelling very loudly and making threats at the person who was kicking off. Because that way they get more annoyed and they got to use their restraints. Oh, that made them feel hard, you know. Gave them a bit of a hard-on. There was a thing in my notes. Do not restrain under any circumstance. It's quite plain, but that was a dangerous thing to attempt. You know, I haven't seen any of this infighting that all the Doomers like to talk about. Oh, shit. I remember this level as well. My friend got stuck in here for ages. I don't remember why, but I remember where he did. Surprise, motherfuckers. It's easy when you've played it before, isn't it? Yeah, no, it was you know, he's too dangerous to restrain. Just leave it. Not that I was a danger to anyone anyway. I don't want to... If I got mad, I used to walk off to my room. I'm like, no, I'm pissed off, or I'll go out on my bike, you know. I don't want to be around people right now. Just leave me the fuck alone. They learned the hard way, because I told them this, but of course they're not going to listen to that. And it's like, no, restrain him. And so I grabbed a couple of guys by the balls and nearly tore them off because they wouldn't get off me. So when I did tell you to get off me, I was walking away from you. There was no need for three of you to fucking jump on me like that. You just wanted to feel big and hard. Thing is, mate, you're not big and you're not fucking hard, so you've just gotten made look fucking stupid by a 14-year-old, haven't you? Hope you didn't want children. But, so yeah, no, I ain't above grabbing you by the testicles. I will do that if I feel threatened. You're trying to restrain me, that was the only thing I could get to. You're lucky I couldn't get to your fucking nose because I'd have tore it off. Of course, you know, I had to live in the kids' home. The dude who I was on about buying houses and stuff. You know, he's not a relative, so he's spent the last 20 fucking years, you know, within some of that time I was in the kids' just living in my mother's property, you know. I'm not allowed, I wasn't allowed to do that. No, I'm family, so yeah, that's it, you know, you weren't allowed to do that. You're expected out when you're 16, which I agree with. If I had kids, I'd do the same, but... So that's great, you know, all these years I'm paying loads of fucking rent and everything. I mean, I wouldn't want to live at my mother's, I like having my own property, but it's kind of the principle of it. Do you know what I mean? You know, the world just hand shits people and they, you know, oh, you got a drug problem, you got a booze problem, no problem, just fail upwards every fucking time. Well, that's clearly the exit. I don't know how to get to it. I guess I'll save the game here and we'll go and look for it. Right, okay. Well, only really one thing for it. This brings us back. We see another pathway over there. No, that just brings us back. What the fuck am I looking for? And we've sort of established walking on this is bad. You forgot to palletise it though. Look at that, it's still green. Rush the game out. Get it out the door fast. Oh, right, cool. Oh, okay. Because this'll be what my friend got stuck on back then. I can't see that from here. I mean, knowing it's there, I can see it, but we've seen tons and tons of them as wall decorations that don't do anything, so even if I knew what it was, would I think to go down there? Yeah, we got the game out fast, you know, we didn't necessarily do it well, but we released it before other people, so... Fucking lousy. As it happens this time through, I didn't go in that door with the nasty bastards. So we're going to go back there real quick and get some health before we leave the level. We might even be able to figure out how to get that blue fucking more health thing. I'm just going to leave the area. I'm not going to fight these guys, because I doubt I'm ever coming back here. So I've got no reason to do it. Oh shit, that's the wrong word. Quick, before they get up the stars. There we go. Yeah, it's an elevator, not a crusher. Looks like it should crush you. There's other things that ended up crushing us, often didn't. Really can't make its mind up what set of rules it wants to play by, this game. That wouldn't open then. Not the weapon I wanted, it loved switching me to that. But we're still a bit ammo starved. I want the... Ah, okay. I thought I heard a platform move when I went in there, but I wasn't quite sure. Cool, right. Deimos Anomaly, so it's gone back to that name. So who knows? Evidently, sort of shows my theory was right, that they just slap on whatever name they slap on, right? Shit, are we only 5 levels in? Oh, that's awful. Yeah, this is going to be a long one, isn't it? Proponents of the game probably haven't been to a lot of these areas in years. They're like, holy shit, I forgot that even existed. I mean, I'm not saying Duke does it perfectly, it has a few redundant areas, but again, we can see, because we have lame Duke and a fair bit of prototype footage and stuff, and just perking about in levels if you know how to read them, you know, that a lot of geometry did get removed. I just really think having more level is good. Not necessarily, it could actually be bad, you might not want that. There's health in here. Ah, great, but we're going to lose it before we even need it. Yes, penalise my exploration, why not? Every fucking time. As I say, I would just not explore, but I don't know the level layouts. Keep trying to use... I don't want the fucking plasma gun. Ow. I don't want it. I want to save that for mean bastards. Have a save. We've done one in like 10 seconds. I'm guessing he's off the ledge. Do I want to go off the ledge? Possibly. That might be required for progression. But it also might not. The thing is, we're going to deal with this and find out that there's no reason at all to come over here. Your projectiles move faster than I do. Yeah, we'll do all of this and discover absolutely now. Looks that way. Oh, the wood texture, always a great omen. I do remember that the areas with this texture are always fun, you know, always great things in them. There is a patch in the back of my neck that's going rather numb and it's a bit concerning. Oh, alright. I don't need that, you fucking cheapskate. I really want to do a main channel video. I'll maybe try and work on one soon. If I get this damn throat and this damn teeth sorted out, I'm sick of it. Pissing me off. Man, we're starting to hurt quite a bit here. But yeah, I'm at the dentist. I got a different dentist now, and I'm there in 3 weeks. Only consultation, but you know that's a start. Fucking throw it thing, nobody's any the wiser. Nobody knows what it is. Probably no one will help me, because that's usually how it goes. I'll just let them live with it. That other dude went in, he'd get seen to straight away. You know, they'd bring out all the best treatment they could muster. I get it, man. I don't get why the world has to work that way. Pisses me off. Thing is, we're in here, we don't know if this area is necessary at all. There might be no need to come down here. Jank collision. You snag on geometry and all sorts in this game. So it's what I mean, when you're fighting, you really want to be in the middle of a room, but you end up taking lots of damage as a result. Right, is this something I want? Where's the other passage go? Because I'd rather avoid the damage if I can. Oh great, more slime. You know what, let's go and have a look, fuck it. This doesn't... oh, lag. This doesn't really look like much of anything, does it? Oh, behind me. Oh no, I ain't dealing with you. The thing is, in this game, yeah, we're gonna say, you run forward, there's no respite. Or respite, as people say now. There's no respite. It was 3:30 AM in the morning. What the hell is wrong with people? When did everyone get so illiterate? Is this required for progression? Is this optional? This is a big area. It feels like it would be required. Don't know how to get over there. If I don't find a key or something in a minute, I'm just going to leave. Back at the start, so I'm gathering that's optional. So my saving at a fork in the path was probably not misguided. I've learned enough about the game to sort of somewhat counter it, but it still time wastes me like that. I just knew it. I tend not to learn, you know, all the stupid phraseology and shit people use, because it just goes out of date very quickly. It's, you know, by the time I've learned it, no one will use it anymore. And then it'll just sound really stupid in a few years. Well, it sounds stupid now, but it'll sound more stupid, because no one will know what it means anymore. Sandwich used this pink colour, your palette wasn't really well cut out for it, was it? It's like yellow in Duke, but it doesn't use it very much, so... Wasn't it yellow or was it green that Blood didn't have a lot of in its palette? I know it was something. It really is incredibly dark in areas of this game, you know. Like Haunted Ground can be, but I mean that's a horror game, it figures. Video compression makes it darker. And then YouTube darkens it again, but the thing with that is because it's all off the same PlayStation, I can use presets that I've made in the editor. Can't do that in this game, because I switch machine every sessions. I have to start back at the beginning. Oh, fuck you. No, I don't want to use all of those. Oh man, was there any reason to go in there? Did we get anything for it other than the armour? No, and if I wasn't so quick, I mean I wouldn't say this game was difficult, especially not when you know what you're doing. It refuses to switch weapon a lot of the time, by the way. Oh, the exit's just there. Wasn't even a key in this map. And so all those areas that forked off we could have gone in, 100% optional. Where was my last save? You know what? I'm going to... I think I've done another one since then. Because I just had that bad feeling, you know. Again, I've learnt the game enough to know that it's going to take the piss out of me. You know what? Fuck those guys, I'm not even going to fight them. I'm going to give them the runaround, and I'm going to go back, grab the armour, and I'm going to leave. Oh, hi, idiots. Yeah, well, have a nice day. I'm gone. There we go. I'm leaving you stinky level. It smells bad. I mean, this is with me sort of backtracking and doing this, and we are still sort of struggling for resources, which in a first-person shooter, really, as a designer, you have an incentive to keep the player alive and keep them stocked up. Some of these maps I sort of question, you know, that one we were just in, if you had to pistol start that would be a nightmare. When I design maps in Duke, you know, it's something I have to account for, but then you run into balance issues when you're doing an episode. It's quite difficult, because add items to deal with pistol start, but then you're playing it, you know, sequentially with other levels, and it's in the middle, player's going to be overstocked. But I mean, then you'd offset it by putting more enemies on a higher difficulty or something, or removing weapons at higher difficulty, which Duke can't do out the box without you being resourceful, but it is possible. But good players, what does it matter if they're stocked up? They're going to have more fun, you know, being able to progress than being held back for no good reason. This game doesn't really trouble itself with that Halls of the Damned. It just sort of does what it does. It's all just put together in no order. By the way, if I hadn't found that secret rocket launcher, this would probably be the first time we've seen one in the last quarter of the episode. Fucking hell. You know, this game's supposed to be action-packed and gory, but it's forever starving me of weapons and shit. Hang on. Oh no! I remember this level. This level sucks. This level really sucks. I think when I stand here, arbitrary things happen. Yeah. I could have left that, really. I don't remember how to do this level per se, but I remember the idea behind it, and I remember it sucking. So, this is the exit, and you need 3 keys. Requires 3 keys to get through there. I don't like the look of that, that looks like a monster box. Nice box of monsters as a present for you. They're gonna mon all over you or whatever monsters do. They're gonna murder the vampire. Oh, fucking no. Look, I didn't make the game. I wonder if there was a game based on that. I wouldn't be surprised. Not that I have any particular desire to play it, but I do wonder if they ever made one. I might look that up. Oh no, it's dark again. And just remember, it's darker for me than it is for you. Full of ammo, yeah. Define full. You know what? You can eat the chainsaw. There you go. Shove my chainsaw in his face and wave it around a bit. That ought to put him in a good mood. Fucking hell. Well, I'm amazed it hasn't crashed. Usually crashes all hell, this game. I really don't know what that's about. So that looked like a secret door, but it wasn't. Any one of these wall decorations could be a switch. Because the game can't make its mind up which rules it wants to play by. It's like on a per room basis. No design language, really. Again, it's a thing that you want to establish with these, where you want to have a design language. You know, again, I'm not saying I'm perfect at this, but I'd say I'm a damn sight better than these people. Well, you've been playing with the tools for 30-some years. It actually doesn't count. These are principles that apply to any sort of game design. And if these people are as into games as they claimed to be, I just want to saw them before I go in here, because I don't want to be going in there and having them come up behind me. You know, I just knew they'd be back there, and I start firing things, so it seems to work enemies up in this game. You know, that you need a design language that the player can read. And this game doesn't tend to have that much. You've seen I've read it a little bit with where I'm putting strategic saves, but it's not very good at it. And I shouldn't have to be doing that in that way. Like I'm fighting the game rather than working with it. I do think the people who made this didn't really like games all that much. Like they were just a bunch of businessmen. And I don't have a problem with businessmen, you know, I upset a lot of people with that, where I'm like, yeah, but, you know, what's wrong with doing that, but doesn't mean I have to like it. It's just accepting the way the world functions. Oh, great. So, for going down that corridor, I'm now going to get punished. Because I had nowhere to know that wasn't the corridor I was supposed to walk down. And there's nothing to clue me in. You know, there's not like a red light or anything being like, don't go this way. Danger. Again, you know, we think back to Duke, you know, danger, high voltage, radiation. When you see the reactor in Lunar Reactor, you know. As soon as you see that, you know it's going to hurt you. Surrounded by floor slime, which we established right back, you know, in the early levels of the game, that's a painful thing. If you stand on it, it will hurt if you don't have the boots. But there's a nuclear reactor there now. It's probably radioactive. I mean, you know, there's radiation signs all over the fucking place. A bit like real life, really, you know, where it's like, that sign says there's danger. Maybe I shouldn't go near this thing. And it's this big flashing, arky-sparky fucking thing. You know, it just looks like, yeah, maybe don't touch it. Will hurt. Excuse me, why did you switch me away from the shotgun? Or did it flub the weapon switch again because it keeps doing it? I wonder if you can change the auto switching order. Like, looks like a switch, but it's not a switch. And indeed, it hurts. And you know, if you shoot it, it's going to blow up big. Then it's going to make a big explosion. And it fucking does. But the game does everything it can to warn you. So even if you get blown up by it, you don't really feel very angry. Because, like, that was me. I did a stupid thing. I deserved to get blown up by it. But when you don't get blown up by it, it's a ha. You know, I like, escaped it using my wits. I'm clever. Again, it's like, are you really that clever? I mean, the design language of the game and the presentation actually told you how to do it, but you put the pieces of the puzzle together yourself. I mean, they fit to, they're quite obvious. They have fucking arrows and notes written on them pretty much telling you how to assemble the fucking puzzle pieces, but like, I put them together. I'm clever. I'm having a good time. There you go again. Wall decoration. Switch as a wall decoration. Imagine putting dip switch tiles all over the walls in Duke. It's sort of what the equivalent of what we're doing. Let me out. I probably don't even need to go in there. You know what? Nighty night. Have a nice day. We got 2 out of 3 keys. Alright, it's fudging the weapon switches again. Don't know where I need to be. Ooh, nice button. Fucking hell, even with my sensibilities that something was probably happening behind me. That heart. I feel like if you'd followed that maze we were just in from the other side, it'd have been a lot quicker. What the fuck? Why does this have a yellow key texture? You just drag it over? Were you still changing the level layout? Oh, cool. Great, we're leaving. That's it. We're out of this level. More of this. This area might be pitch black for all I know. Oh, you know what? I ain't dealing with you. Have a nice day. There's probably guys through there. I'm going this way. I'm going this way. You know, I'm going to test a theory I've got real quick. I said I wasn't going to mess about with this guy, but I am. Yeah, fight this idiot in close quarters. Have a great time, you know? Yeah, no, that was the intended play order, wasn't it? You were going to come from... You were going to come from here. Yeah, just use it. Game's insistent on switching me to this fucking thing. I want the shotgun. I don't want to use up my plasma because they're not that much of a threat. They're not that fast. They don't have projectiles or vectors. And I do, so I'm inherently at an advantage. So yeah, they probably wanted you to come in from that side. But I don't know that because I've not played it before. Well, I have, but I've played it a long time ago and fucking forgotten, so I might as well have not played it before at this point. And so I come in from here because that's the side you enter from. So this was obviously designed by a person who follows mazes to the right. The monster boxes obviously were a thing, look. That's where they all came from. Rotten. Horrible. Dreadful level. Just as bad as I remember. Good fucking riddance. Not far to go now. Halls of the Damned. Yeah, damn you. Spawning vats, it'll be nothing like when we get in there. They're like one vat in the level or something. If that. What the fuck is that? You know, people say my shading, oh, Xeff shading's all fucking smudgy. Yeah, because mine's a semi-realistic shading model. Go and look at how umbras and penumbras on shadows work. Fucking hell, do I really want to deal with that? The thing is, yeah, he's just proved my point, because I was about to say if I turn around and go this way, it'll just shoot me for daring to retreat. Blue key door. Is the key within eye shot? No, it isn't, but we got a buzzer, so I'm going to go this way. Key's not in eye shot, so it'll be in the opposite direction. It probably depends on who built the level as to which formula they prefer. I can walk up that ledge, I'm surprised. You know, this game would have had a lot of its problems solved by having a jump key. I've said this many times, and I'm not going to ever retract that statement. Just remember this is here, because there's quite a stash of health and stuff in this that we might need later on. Abuse the save games. Just abuse them. They're there. Take advantage of them, like taking advantage of a drunken 19-year-old girl in a nightclub last Saturday. Leaving her on the side. But, well, anyways, the important thing is that the important thing is that as long as you didn't tell her your name before you did, the important thing is that as long as you, the important thing, we saved the game. That's what's in, yes, that's the important thing. Okay, but we're late in the episode, and I wouldn't put it past this thing to starve me of rockets right before fighting a boss or something, so I don't really want to use my rockets at this point. First time I can remember not wanting to use my rocket. We're out of those again, of course. This could just be a punishment room. It seemed to have shut me in. I couldn't back out that doorway. Yeah, it's brought a wall down. It opened up again. So, yeah, but I mean, you don't really want to be backed on a wall because you can't jump or push enemies in this. All things we might have figured out if the game had had just a little bit more time in development, but that was never the priority. Designing games is my job. Not my passion, but it's my job. And I get paid some amount to do it. Fucking yeah, we did it. We got it out the door before anyone else. Barely marked. Still don't get how it's not crashed. I'm honestly in disbelief. Who knows? Maybe we'll try one of the later versions in the next session. Haven't had the palette problems either. Riot was on about, you know, video modes. And again, it would make sense, but nothing else does that. Oh man. Really does make me appreciate Build a whole lot more. And Jedi. I'm really looking forward to... What does this do? I'm really looking forward to playing Dark Forces again. And I'm now more than halfway done with this. It's either going to crash or we'll finish it. Probably in the next session. How is it not crashed though? This game always crashes. I was banking on it, you know, I didn't really want to play this all the way through. I'll do it because I've committed to it now. Just have a bit of sunk cost fallacy. And it is only a cost to me, I don't get paid for doing this, do I? I'm not one of those channels. I'm not scruffy guy I can smell like just by looking at the picture. In the bottom left corner of the thumbnail with a strained expression pointing at things. No, that's not me. I don't get paid. I don't have handlers and shit. You know, I'm not a paid presenter. Oh, we noticed you've ignored this video for like the last 9 months and pressed the, like, you know, don't recommend it to me button the whole time. So what we've done, I got the blue key by the way, I was right, so I can read this idiot's design language apparently, or what little of it there is. So here's the exact same video by another channel, it's brand new, why don't you watch that, we think you'll like it. Like, what part of I don't want to see that do you not get? Your channel has a tick mark, I'm probably not going to watch it. I don't watch that many things, I'm too busy to sit here watching YouTube all the time. And even when I do watch it, quite often I look away from the screen for extended periods because I'm busy with something. Which I don't exactly hide, you know, that's how I view some things. It's like I watch other people play through games, and I look at it, but I could be looking away from it for like almost an hour at once because I'm engaged with something, and it's just enough to stop me going crazy. You know, setting up a new NAS isn't a fun fucking job, and it took days. So yeah, shit, no, I'm quite happy to have this 7-hour Lord of the Rings game. Like, no, I'll have that one in the background. That'll do for me just fine. I wasn't looking at the screen constantly. But, you know, that's how I watch things. But I'm certainly not going to watch something from the Tickmark channel. And part of that's out resentment, because you've been around a long time. Remember, I used to have the Tickmark. I used to be verified on the main channel, and it was taken away with no explanation, because I guess I'm just, you know, I'm not a paid presenter or anything, so, you know. But yeah, shit, look at this. Design flaws again. You see, you'll notice all the other games, like Dark Forces, Duke Nukem, and Blood, Shadow Warrior, they all have a lob weapon of some kind. Thermal detonators, or pipe bombs, or something like that. This game doesn't, and it didn't even get them in Doom 2, which shows they didn't care. And this is why you'd use them. Because what am I supposed to do about these guys? Well, there's not really anything I can do beyond just dropping down there, and I don't have a quick time key in this game either. Which a lot of games don't. I can live without one, but when my fucking shots will stop going through this idiot. Fucking hell, it's the fucking starting monster and he's tiring us to bits. Have I really not saved since? Probably. Hang on, if I can just open these doors, what does that switch actually do? This game's full of things like that where I don't know what the button does. There's nothing to clue me in. Again, it's where the view screens and shit in Duke come in handy. Or like just designing your level layout so that it's like clear what a switch does. Let me save this before I fuck it up again. Yeah, really is pretty lousy level design. And again, these principles were understood long before this game. It's not like, well, it was a fast game like that. Like, well, A, we know it wasn't. B, you know, these rules apply to like really most types of game. Fucking hell, man. That was quite the geometry snag, wasn't it? That's what I mean about you don't really want to be up against the wall in this. Movement in this game is really not great. Well, I better take him out because he's going to sneak up on me. If I don't. Oh, we found the door. We found the door I need. It's nestled away there. You'd never really notice it. You know what? There's probably nothing in that room. Ignore it. It's probably just going to rob us of health and ammo for daring to go in there. For not knowing in advance I don't need to go in there. You can't do that, you know. If you want to put secrets and shit in your game, which we established the game has, you've got to reward me for doing it. You've got to give me something. I mean, even in the non-linearity, you've got to give me something. This room looks like it should do something. It doesn't. So the only thing I got for coming in here is I'm down ammunition because I shot the inn. And that's as far as it goes. I mean, it's, you know, think about like marine maiming, you know, the level I made in Duke. And how does that work? Like, yeah, it's non-linear. It's figure 8 non-linearity. You cross a path you're already on. But there's a thing, if you've got a very keen eye, like the charge, it's a bit more obvious in, you know, pew punch up. Don't know where this key goes. Where, when you return to areas, the health and ammo spawns in. Like, it might give you a couple more monsters, but it'll give you some health and ammo. Because you, first time playing, you maybe won't know the monsters will be there, so, you know, shit, I've been shot, I've took a load of damage. Go and have a look around in the corners, you know. You'll probably find some health there. Because I like to think of it, it's like, does the player know? Like, if I'm coming here, does the player know that there's a monster going to be around this corner? I'm going to play like I don't know. Shit, I actually do take a couple of shots. I've taken 30 damage for that. But that's no problem, because I got these little alcoves and shit. I'll just put a health kit in that alcove there, or I'll put it here. And then if the player's exploring for it, they'll find it. You know, I've got to make it up to them somehow. You can't just, you know, clobber the player, and you can't ask them to explore and then be like, you explored. Here's nothing. All we did for your exploring was take ammo off you and damage you. And there's a map where you have to shoot one of those. Might be in Doom 2. I wonder if Doom 2 was the more crashy or something. I mean, I don't really remember. You can't differentiate them in memory. We know where the exit is. There's no need to look in here. I'm gonna look in here. Are those the Vats? They're in an optional area. They're just a square sector with the floor slime texture on. Wow. Fuck, that's what you base the name of the level on. You probably added this on at the last second. There you go, now it's the spawning Vats. Oh nice, I want to fight these when I'm surely backed against the wall, yeah? Yeah. This needed a red key. Don't know what that did. Probably nothing. It's a sort of game where it wouldn't surprise me if they hadn't put that in yet, or they had deleted the part of the level that it did do something with. Nobody knows. Well, I'm sure some people know. Europeans, I would think. So a mainland European peoples type of game. I heard the blarn sound, so we know what we're going to be dealing with here. No, I don't want to use that. Remember where the door is. There it is. Didn't have to do any of this, and I think the next map's probably a boss, because I think we're on level 7 right now, and I think there's 8 maps per episode. Probably secret maps, we've visited none of them, and I don't care to, because it's probably just a net loss to go to them. Oh, here, you did the secret map. Let's have you come out of that with no ammo or health. The exit's probably in this level, it's probably right before the boss. Oh, lovely. You know, if I was looking for a key door or something, this would fuck me up, because I wouldn't be able to tell where it was anymore. I mean, it's invincibility, maybe in name only, we really don't know. You know what, I can find out. It works on that. You watch me have got the pallet stuck now, or something. Oh, a key that didn't need to exist. That's alright, I'm invulnerable. I'm gonna chainsaw you. There you go. Make the most of that, because I don't think we'll be using chainsaws on the boss. Misters? No, no misters. Alright, cool. Fuck me, I've probably got the worst times on record. 4 minutes. It's like they wanted you to speedrun this or something. Yeah, this is a boss map, I remember it. Alright, cool, so we've got to choose which one of these we want to go through. Realistically, you would want to give me 100% health in this room. Well, he's awake, wherever he is. I do happen to remember that at least one of these has, yeah, whatever this item's called, I can't remember. But that should give us plus 100 health. So we'll take it. I did save, didn't I? I don't know. We'll save now. And we'll rocket the fucker to death. Apparently he's over here. Has he got himself stuck? You can rig it so you can get back in the centre room and just, like, bray him from there, but I don't think that's in the spirit of things. Also, aim in this game's really not as potent as it is in Duke. Yeah, they have splash damage figures. I mean, they should, that's not a complaint, it's an observation. Not too scared of him, I've played FPS a good, like, few decades, you know. Might take more than one try to get him, but... Running out of ammo here. 5 shots left. Oof. Could do with, more rockets for a start, but he's probably almost done. Alright, get the ginger bastard out of my way. Is it back there? Good plasma in. I don't think it'll do much to him though. Fucking hell. He was probably like 1 shot from dead as well. Yeah, whatever, we'll play from this room again. Oh, that'll do. That'll do just nicely. So we just plasma him. We'll plasma him. Fucking hell, that was a good hit on his part. Thing is, there's no hit stun or anything. And yeah, I do like playing unfairly while the enemies have it and I don't. It's got levelling the playing field. You know, he's a lot bigger and tougher than me. But yeah, the door shuts behind you. If you open more than one, let's say, you can get back in there. I do remember this level reasonably well. I pressed the Windows button on my keyboard then. Alright though, because we're playing in DOS, so it doesn't do anything. See, yeah, he's in there. Come on out, because I'm probably going to want that health. Go on, you bastard. No, is he just hanging out in there? Oh, I want to watch some telly. Beavis and Butthead's on in a minute. Well, granted, that's fine. But, I mean... That was like a difficult game, wasn't it? Like the bloody SNES game of that. I think the Sega one was as well. The music in the Sega version of that sums up, you know, what Mega Drive's always sounded like to me. Yeah, you weren't that tough, buddy. Our first was. Our first far worse than you. You earned a patch on the Overlord. Underappreciated boss, the Overlord. I think his design's fucking cool. Yes, problem solved. There we go. You've done it! The hideous cyber demon lord that ruled the lost Deimos moonbase has been slain, and you are triumphant, but where are you? You clamber to the edge of the moon and look down to see the awful truth. Deimos floats above hell itself. You've never heard of anyone escaping from hell, but you'll make the bastards sorry they ever heard of you. Quickly, you rappel down to the surface of hell. Now it's on to the final chapter of Doom. Burn, baby, burn, Disco Inferno. Well, I guess we'll take that on next time, maybe a week from now. Very thrash metal album cover looking artwork there. I quite like that, actually. So yeah, I guess we'll take that on in the future, soon. Next year I might make videos longer and further apart. But for now, we'll keep doing things the way we are. Oh, my neck! I'm telling you, it's something about this OLED screen. Never had this until I got this screen. I think it's funny how it's going to get burnt, like, in the middle. Like, you might notice I still have pixels out the right-hand side, and I've just never been able to eliminate that. In all these years, I just cannot ever get rid of that problem. No matter what hardware I use, like, for recording. Nothing I can do about it. It didn't give us a promo screens this time, we've got that I suppose. Can we get in the save menu? No, we can't. Oh, there we go. Doom, Episode 2. We're through it. More than halfway now, and the game still hasn't broken down somehow. I'm actually amazed. Must just be rotten luck. This is what I was on about with the world just screwing you. It's, oh, now you don't want to play it? Well, now it's going to work fine this one time. Fuck you, buddy. Yes, there you go. As you can see, I'm actually running pretty conservative settings in the BIOS, because this machine can go faster than this, but I wanted that stability, so really my fault that the game didn't crash, I suppose. But I could have probably made it crash, but then people would have blamed me, even though everything else works fine, like with whatever settings, and I wouldn't ever max it out, because there's no point. If I want more speed, I'd just use the Pentium. But this machine, yeah, it's faster, for sure. Processor's quicker. I mean, the DX50 got like 18.5 or something for the processor. Memory bandwidth on this more than twice as fast, and you can actually get it into 3 figures very easily. Memory on it, yeah, again, significantly faster across the board, and can be pushed a lot harder than this. These UMC 490 boards are just faster than the old UMC 480s, which predate VLB as well. I think things just seem to be handled better on these. These were designed to do what this is doing, whereas the old 480 era stuff just sort of had it nailed on after the fact, and it did it competently, it just didn't do it as quick. But this probably does some interleave and stuff as well, so yeah, you know, certainly the quicker machine, but given the age gap between them, you would expect that. And the UMC processor is a vicious little bastard. You know, if you're not familiar with them, don't underestimate them, because, yeah, you know, no floating point unit. Technically, this has one, it's just disabled. But yeah, they're vicious little processors. They can do some pretty impressive things. This thing will easily keep pace with a DX2. Especially if I start fiddling with the BIOS settings, you know, and at the moment, everything's kind of set slur, like I say, because I just wanted max stability, but you start playing with that, and this thing will outpace a lot of DX2s quite easily. It's not a slow machine, this. It's no pushover. So yeah, I don't know what we'll use next time. I'll probably end up using a Pentium of some sort, but I don't know which one. I might bring out the Socket 4 overdrive for it, because I'd rather use that thing, because it's such a janky piece of shit. It might crash the game as well, which would be quite fun. Episode 3's levels, I don't remember them well, but I remember them being full of bullshit, so I'm probably going to get quite angry in that one. But anyways, I've got Haunting Ground to do between this and that, and so at least I get to have a great time doing that, because I really like that game. That's still one of my favourites. And then I get to do Dark Forces when I'm done with Doom. And I'm really looking forward to that, and playing some user content for Dark Forces. I wanted to do that for years. I've got a list somewhere. I'm going to have to find it. But anyways, I am Xeff. I will see you next time around, and hopefully get something done for the main channel, and hopefully, maybe at some point find time to do that goddamn Duke Mapping to do episode that I'm way behind on. But that's just the norm. Again, it's not like I get paid to do this shit, so what incentive do I have? But I'm out of here. I'll see you around.